Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to the channel. Today is day 6. I'm going to be documenting about these Christmas trees right here. These are insects photos that are still kind of coming up, so I'm just going to put them off to the side. I'm also have the Brutus Monroe die of the month that I have already die cut, which I think is gorgeous. And we are doing day 6. So I'm going to do something decorative on the back of day 5 and do my trees here for day 6. So let's see what I can do. So I went ahead and pulled out a bunch of stuff out of my kit just because I knew I wanted to use it. Now I do have this super fun Christmas tree paper, and I trimmed that down to a 4x6, or a little bit less than 4x6. 3.5 by 5.5, because I wanted it to be layered over this 4x6 card with the holly. Now I didn't like the way the Christmas tree looked directly on top of the holly, so I did use that, I keep forgetting what this stuff is called. What is this stuff called? Mirror stock from Brutus Monroe. And I just went ahead and did a super thin line so that there would be a little bit of distinction between those Christmas trees and the holly. Now this is the die of the month, also from Brutus Monroe. It's the die of the month for December. I am super excited. There will be a layout that I used this die for on Friday, but you know, I had to use it again because I love it so much. So I'm just pulling off some of that purple tape that is on the back of it from when I ran it through my Gemini. And now I'm using a product called Sticky Dots, and basically you press an item down on it, you rub over it, and that item becomes a sticker. So I go ahead and pull that off, and I'm going to mount that die that I'd already cut out on top of some black cardstock, and that's going to give me some contrast. Now I do have black going on throughout the album, so I just want to make sure that that is, you know, it's happening throughout the entire album. I'm going to have silver on every single page somehow. Black doesn't have to be on every single page. It kind of looks like it is as I'm flipping through. Nope, not really. So, but that's okay. I just really wanted the contrast between the white die cut and the die. Now, I'm not really feeling the back of the pre-made paper that's on there. So I do go through my December project kit and just try to figure out what I'm going to use. Now, I did like that poinsettia paper, but there was something about it that just didn't feel right to me. And then I liked that on top of that paper, but you really couldn't see the Christmas word. And then I was like, yep, here we go. The buffalo plaid. This is totally going to work and totally going to be what I use. So I go ahead and trace that out over top of the pre-made page. I'm going to put a lot of adhesive down because, again, this page is outside of the page protector, so I need to make sure that everything just sticks. I don't want things falling off. I just don't want that to happen. It is kind of gunking up my scissors, though. I am trimming off the little bits of excess so that they don't, you know, you can't see it. Use my crocodile to punch holes, and then I have the back page. So now I really like the way that the die and the word Christmas looks on top of that buffalo plaid. So I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut these trees out, but before I do that, I grab my little adhesive eraser and erase over top of my scissor blades. That actually erases off the gunk, the gluey gunk on my scissors, so I don't have to worry about, you know, hurting my fingers trying to get the glue off. I just use that little thing, and if my scissors slice up the little eraser a little bit, it's not a big deal. So I am going to start fussy cutting these bad boys with my scissors. I do move on to my pen blade. Now, I have a friend, her name is Erica. She's California Lucky here on YouTube. She fussy blades, and I love that term. That girl can do amazing things with a blade and fussy blading it out. Me, not so much. Now, I am going to go ahead and put a little bit of washi tape on the back of these trees. Just so it gives it a little bit more rigidity, because I am fussy cutting out the little wire trunk thing here. And that's not a lot of paper to hold these two pieces together. And if you cut just ever so slightly too much, you could cut through your wire tree. So that little bit of washi tape on the back of there is going to give my tree wires, they're not really trunks, tree wires, a little bit more oomph. It's going to give it a little bit more heft so they don't really fall off. Now, I decide I need to do something a little bit more besides just put the trees on top of this die cut. And I am going to clear emboss them all. Now, I guess I really didn't have to do the die cut. I probably could have taken the 4x6 card and popped it right down on top of the back of this page. But you know, I wanted it a little bit extra, and I wanted it a little bit more. And sometimes when you want the extra and the more, you just got to do it. Now, I was saying to my husband that my projects were taking forever today. Everything I was working on was just, you know, I just felt like I was taking my good sweet time. And he was like, but do you love what you're making? And I said, yes, I do. And then he's like, what's the problem? And yeah, there is no problem. It doesn't matter if it takes me an hour to do one of these pages or 20 minutes. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the process. Scrapbooking is, you know, it brings me joy. It brings me peace. It's definitely my thing that keeps me sane, you know? So a lot of people are like, how can you work all day and come home and scrapbook all, well, not all night, but scrapbook chew every day? And it's not because it's a hardship. It's not because it's like, oh, I have to scrapbook today. It's something that I look forward to, and it's something that just helps me de-stress and kind of like erase the day. I do this rather than other things like play video games, you know, that kind of thing. So like my other things that I like to do, they aren't as important as scrapbooking. So that's what happens. So I did go ahead and emboss the trees. This is something I used to do all the time, was to just clear emboss over elements to give them that shiny texture. And I feel like I haven't done it in a long time, but it is something I used to do it felt like every single page. So I need to go ahead and keep going with that. Now, this layout didn't have any silver on it yet, and that was a problem. So I went ahead and cut out some of those rub-ons and put it up here at the top. And now I'm just trying to figure out what I need to do, because I feel like there needs to be something else right there. It's not just the rub-on. Ultimately, I pull out these Simple Stories decorative brads that aren't really brads. They're like self-adhesive enamel bits on top of a metal ring. So I put one over top of that, and then I decide, you know what, this tiny little bit of silver is not enough on this page. I need more. So I pull out my rub-ons again, and then just add another little one underneath of the little word phrase right down there, which says we're decking the halls. Now I need to actually do day 6's page. So like I said, I have these two Instax pictures, and I decided that I wanted to do a combination of Instax and printer pictures. It also helps that I decided to use the Instax today because my printer ink is getting super low. And, you know, I needed 2 pictures for today, so I didn't know if the printer was going to do it. So I go ahead and layer up 2 tapes. One's a plaid washi tape and one is a black glitter washi tape. And then I overlap a word phrase that says it's tinsel time. And then this photo has a lot of just white space in the corner, so I decide to overlap some ornament stickers. One's a flat sticker and one is a puffy sticker. Now I have to do the other tree. Now the tree on the left is the tree that is our main tree. It's in our living room. It is the big tree that, you know, the presents go under, and those are the ones that we gather around on Christmas morning and open presents. Now I was going to try to lift up those ornaments, but I actually tore the paper underneath, so we just pushed those back down. I pull out one of those little Kaisercraft hearts and I just put it on some of the scrap paper just to give it a little bit of heft behind it. I am going to overlap that poinsettia sticker. Now the poinsettia sticker is from Echo Park, even though the poinsettia paper is from Simple Stories. They are close enough to me that I am not going to worry about it. I usually don't have a problem mixing collections and things. So I'm just not going to worry about it. We're just going to make it happen. So this entire album will have both of those brands and different collections in it. And since it's a theme throughout the entire album, I am not too concerned about it. Now I need to make something down here that's going to have enough weight to it so that I'll be able to stick the vellum down to the paper below. Because this is where my journaling is going to go, and since it's vellum, I don't want to put the adhesive directly on the vellum. You'll be able to see it right through it, and I don't want that. So I'm going to use one of these black and silver labels, and I'm going to layer it underneath of this other label sticker. Well, this is a label die cut that says Celebrate. And I thought I was going to have Celebrate on there, but I end up changing it, and I like what I did here a lot better than having Celebrate. So I am going to layer over a sticker that says the prettiest sight to see, and then of course I have my number 6, and then I repeat the ornament theme that I have going up here with the stickers over here with the number 6. So the top ornaments are from Simple Stories, the bottom one from Echo Park, and again, I'm not concerned about it. I do put a decent amount of adhesive on the back of those labels, just because I want it to stick and I don't want it to fall off. So my journaling says, "Oh, Christmas tree. This year we replaced the dining room tree with a 7.5-foot flocked one. I must admit, it makes me want to hole up in a cabin with snow." I mean, can you believe that, guys? We're not going to talk about that anymore, though. It's larger than we usually have in the dining room, but I adore it. We went with a blue color scheme. Now our main tree, the one in the living room, this 9-foot bad boy is slowly dying. We had to add lights because they are slowly dying. I said slowly dying twice, whatever. Might be time to get a replacement. So this tree has some issues. The lights on it in the middle were dead. So we put on new lights, and then the lights on the bottom died, and that's just the way it's happening. So there it is, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me on day 6. Please make sure that you hop over to the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. Put your December project photos in the album. I would love to see them. I will see you guys again real soon for another video.